The island two countries fight over. Imagine living on an island where two countries both claim you belong to them. This isn't a movie plot, it's real. And for decades, this tiny piece of land has caused political arguments, military standoffs, and international tension. The island is called Hans Island. Located in the icy waters between Canada and Greenland, which is part of Denmark, Hans Island looks completely worthless at first glance. It's small, it's rocky, and it's covered in ice for much of the year. No one lives there. There are no cities, no resources, and no major landmarks. So why would two countries fight over it? The answer begins with a map. In the 1970s, Canada and Denmark agreed on most of their maritime border. But when they reached Hans Island, they couldn't agree on who owned it. The island sat directly between the two countries. Both sides believed it belonged to them. Instead of going to war, something much stranger happened. Whenever Danish officials visited the island, they would raise the Danish flag and leave behind a bottle of Danish schnapps with a note saying, "Welcome to the Danish island." Later, Canadian officials would arrive, remove the Danish flag, raise the Canadian flag, and leave behind a bottle of Canadian whisky with a note saying, "Welcome to Canada." This unusual rivalry became known as the Whiskey War. For years, the two countries continued this bizarre tradition. No shots were fired, no battles were fought, just flags and bottles. But behind the humor was a serious issue. Ownership of territory matters. It affected national borders, maritime rights, and future access to resources. As the Arctic became more important due to climate change and new shipping routes, the dispute gained international attention. Many people worried the disagreement could eventually become more serious. Fortunately, both countries chose diplomacy instead of conflict. After decades of negotiations, Canada and Denmark finally reached an agreement. In 2022, they decided to split the island almost equally between them. The deal created a new land border between Canada and Denmark, making them official neighboring countries. What makes this story remarkable is not the dispute itself, it's how it was handled. In a world where territorial conflicts often lead to violence, two nations spent decades arguing with flags and bottles of alcohol instead of weapons. The Whiskey War became one of the most peaceful territorial disputes in modern history. And today, Hans Island stands as a reminder that not every international conflict has to end in confrontation. Sometimes, diplomacy works, even on a frozen rock in the middle of nowhere. So the next time someone says countries always fight over land with armies and weapons, remember Hans Island. The tiny island that sparked a war fought mostly with whiskey. Please subscribe for more videos.